Let's get into the lesson portion, government functions. Let me zoom y'all out. And by the way, London, England, Thomas Moncler, good morning to you, sir. It was great seeing your presence in Canada in 2022, as a matter of fact. Thank you for visiting this nation that I love so much and that I live in. However, there were a few folks that you brought back with you that disregards the Canadian laws and the Canadian rulings, especially when it comes to break and enter and the matter of using one's health in the form of Dr. colonoscopy in order to gain access to say they met me as Beyonce. Thomas Moncler, let's talk about it, shall we? London, England. There is a real strict law in London, England in regards to homeless people. They tried it here, but it didn't quite cut throat with them here now, did it, Thomas Moncler, when it came to the homeless people of London, England, that made themselves homeless in Canada, as I've heard, by choice. By a choice factor, they made themselves homeless in Canada to see if it really is that easy to get into one's house, to use, in quotes, I say, I've met so-and-so. Doesn't really quite work now, does it, Thomas Moncler? What am I speaking of here? 4 homeless people have been arrested for breaking and entering into my home, trying to claim that they met me as Nicki Minaj in Canada. I wouldn't take the viral video money in 2025 where it was set up to say that I was looking for attention in crossing the road when the steam asphalt was being placed down. At a time that it was planned, Thomas Moncler, when they knew that I would be crossing, more than likely being watched by you when it happened. I have the evidence. Let's play the tape. So I wouldn't take money from a viral video in 2025 not being able to cross the street during construction from Donald Trump because I just wanted to go home and teach. And I wouldn't take a viral money to block me from teaching that day. Break and entering into the home for now proving that you can use a camera to call the police and they show up, i.e. October 31st, put the camera away or leave. Right, Thomas Moncler? As very recently as of 21 days ago. Put the camera away or leave, Thomas Moncler. I'm not stupid. I do my research. One person called to not have my garbage be picked up for taking people to court to complain about a child DNA test in regards to who is the father. Thomas Moncler watching the Maury Show. Because apparently they can't watch Maury in London, England. 5 people have been charged in verbally attacking myself for tickets to see the Maury Show in person, and the show by 2022 was no longer being aired on national television in the time that the assault happened in 2024 as well as 2025. Yes, Thomas Moncler, I don't like you. You need to pack up and leave. Your rent money means nothing to me. That sits and still stings like a stabbing stone to me. And now you're asking for a room on the royal grounds so that you're not homeless? No. Find somewhere else. You might want to go back to Poppy that you're running from, Thomas Moncler. You might want to find your way back to Poppy because I'm pretty sure Poppy's watching this. When I'm done checking all of this in order to find out how Thomas Moncler gets this information, it turns out that Thomas Moncler would have been in contact with 4 billion people. 4 billion people telling Thomas Moncler to report her as Nicki Minaj for having no food in the fridge in order to have child services remove my children from me, in where the fraud child cases was started by Thomas Moncler against me with Darcel Boveos in 2018. Thomas Moncler, you've therefore been royally charged and arrested for using, well, public legal attorney in order to gain access to myself as Cherie Stewart to tell people that you met me as Nicole Scherzinger. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Don't try it, Peter Phillip, because I'll book you too. Bye-bye.